All right, everybody. In this evening, we have K.Michelle on the line. How's it going, Kay?
It's going great.
Good to hear. Glad to finally get a chance to interview you on my show. I really do appreciate your time right now. So tell the listeners who may not know who you are. Tell them a little bit about you.
I'm an R&B singer. I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. I'm a single mother, and I'm just a musician.
Okay. So I know right now you're on the show VH1's Love and Hip Hop. How did you get casted for the show?
I was supposed to do New York, and I just kept in touch with Mona. And when it was time to do Atlanta, then they came back around for me, and it was like a good opportunity for me, so I took it.
That's awesome. I'm glad that you're on the show because we really don't get to see the behind the scenes stuff with you as an artist. So this definitely was very cool to see what you look like, your studio process, and just see your regular day-to-day life. Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I know you recently released the mixtape called Zero Fucks Given. Now, how did you come up with the concept for that? Because it's very edgy. I love the title. How'd you come up with it?
It was just something that I always say, and it was just natural. I just knew I wanted to do something that was based in me. I didn't care what the consumers thought. I understood that people might have a problem with the title, but I wanted to make it be more about the music, and I wanted to just make a statement with that.
I love it. You're definitely making a statement with it. And I tell you what my song is personally from, I love Ghosts. Because I totally can relate to
I love that record as well.
You said you wrote that record?
I said I love that record as well. I really actually love that record.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. Now, I know you did a collaboration with him, but how did you guys, link up?
My label just signed me as a team of R. Kelly, and then it came from there because he was on the same label. And he just took me in and became my mentor on the system ever since.
That's excellent. Now, I definitely would say you are like, the R. Kelly protege, basically. That's how it seems, and you totally are. Like, your pen game is something amazing. Where do you get the inspiration to write?
Looking around, life is it's a story, and I like to tell it through my music, so it's everywhere.
So you're no stranger to the music industry. I mean, before Love and Hip Hop, you were signed with Jive, and you had countless singles and countless, mixtapes out. How was that experience with Jive and getting signed for the first time for you?
It was exciting. It was stressful, and I won't take from the experience. It was a lot, for me, but it's something you have to go through. Most artists go through.
Right, definitely. And I'm an artist as well, so I can only imagine what things you had to, overcome, what changes you had to make in your life. Because how old were you when you first got signed?
I don't even remember then. It was a long time ago.
Yeah. So you were probably like a teenager when this all had happened for you. So, you're...
I was coming out of it. I know I was coming out of being a teenager.
Yeah, so
it was a lot to do with, for a young person.
Right.
To really deal with.
Definitely, and it always is for any artist, if it's a write or anything, getting that first deal and, just taking it all in and like, okay, this is a job for me.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Love and Hip. So let's talk about Love and Hip Hop. I know you got some inspiration to write "Kiss My Ass," and we're actually about to play that right now. I dig it. I love it, and I feel like a lot of people can really relate to that, even on a male's perspective. I mean, as men, we go, we date women that are kind of jerks and can do us like a Stevie did or something like that. But it, of course, flipped. Of course, flipped.
Yeah.
So, what other inspiration, created, made you write that song? Did you say?
Just hearing from my situation, from hers, just saying, you need to just, you're not even there no more. It is what it is. So that's
So, Kay, we're going to actually get into that joint right now. Would you do us the honors of introducing the song for our song?
This is my song, Kiss My Ass. The song was written for Mimi of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, and you guys just really seem to like it. It's doing really well.
Okay, so everybody, that was Kiss My Ass by K.Michelle. Like I said, Kay, that definitely is my song. I don't know if you ever saw my tweet. See my tweets about reading, about listening to the song. I listen to it like all the time and tweet about it. My Twitter is Mr. D Rockstar. But let me tell you, that song is in my top 25 on my iPhone. That's how much I love that song.
Thank you, baby. I appreciate it.
Not a problem. So, what other singles do you have coming out, or is that primarily the focus single for you at this point?
We just put that out. I'm gonna do another EP coming out soon, and then it'll be an album after that. So we're just working on music right now.
Awesome. That's great to hear, because I was just about to ask you about the album, because that's what all of us are waiting for. But I'm definitely digging the fact that you're about to do an EP before the album. It gives people more of an eye opener, because that's how your music is. It's very real. It's very relatable to anybody that has gone through similar struggles that you've had in the industry. So what sound for this for the EP and the album are you going for?
This life, I'm not doing any direction on it. I'm just getting in there doing the music.
Okay, that's what's up. Now, I don't know if you're going to answer this, but I'm gonna ask you anyway. Have you locked a deal with anybody, or are you still doing the independent thing?
I'm not gonna think about that right now.
Okay.
I can't speak on it.
Okay, respectable. Whatever it is, I'm sure it's going to be great, and you deserve all the best success with that.
Thank you.
So let's talk about a little bit more about Love and Hip Hop. How would you say that the show has definitely created a platform for you?
I mean, it has. I've been singing, for a long time in this industry, and people now, are really acting like I'm a new artist, So, that's good that they're going back to discover old music and they're loving it. So it's created a huge platform for me.
Now, how has the response been, from, the viewers, as far as like your story and your music? How has the response been?
It's been a lot of positive. You just have your negatives in there, but it's just all a part of being an artist and being being in the spotlight with people. So, it's done for me what I needed to do. Mm-hmm.
And that's great, because that's what you go in for. That's what you go into these shows for. Hoping that it, what you want out of it comes out, and of course, it always does with these reality television shows. So that's really great. Now, I've got to ask you. Let's move away from Love and Hip Hop, because I want to find out more about you. I'm not like a new fan when it comes to you. I've been listening for a minute now, but I wanted, just for the listeners who may not know who you are, I want them to get more familiar. So, who are some of your musical influences?
To a lot of country music. I love Mary J. Blige, R. Kelly. I just listen to a lot of different kind of music, so that always helps me when it comes to writing, like getting in the booth and doing things.
Now, what's your favorite Mary J. song?
My favorite Mary J. would be, I love Take Me As I Am. I still love that record.
Yes. That's a great song.
Yeah.
It's a great song. So now, I want to ask you. I'm drawing blanks because I can't believe that I'm still speaking to you. Like, oh goodness.
Excuse me.
Anyway, I interview tons of people, but I get like this sometimes, so you gotta excuse me. So what would you say definitely has to be, the hardest struggle with being a female in this entertainment industry?
Just having to fight against a bunch of men who don't really want to hear your vision or hear you. And, it's a fight that every woman has to go through, even not just in music, but in corporate America and things in general, period. So it's just a fight that you have to know it's going to come. You have to be prepared for it.
Right, that's definitely true. Now, would you definitely say that you've been able to overcome those things very easily, or not?
I've been able to overcome overcome a lot. It hasn't been easy at all.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing about the music industry has been easy for me. But I have been able to overcome some things, and I'm working through some things as well now.
So, who would you like to do a collaboration with that you've not worked with yet?
The Rascal Flatts.
Ooh, that's a little different, Kay. That's different from your lane of music. Now, why those? Why them particularly?
I just love country music. It's a lot of, I take a lot from country, so I really like that.
Awesome. So, just getting back to love and hip hop, what would you say has been the most difficult thing with filming that show?
Just the time. I haven't had time to do anything. Like since the taping to now we're about to start right back up. I'm just tired. And then I'm a mother, and the studio is really tiring.
Oh wow, that's definitely got to be tiring. And then of course with the the press, the photo shoots, and fitting that all into your schedule is definitely got to be heavily hectic.
Yes, it is.
So you also have a song that is amazing, and it's called "Pillow." And I want to play that for the listeners right now. Could you do us the honors of introducing "Pillow"?
This is a song on my mixtape called Pillow, and I just wrote this record. Just on a, just a chill day. It wasn't anything serious. I just wanted to really start singing it, and a lot of people seem to relate and really like this record.
All right, so I'm back with K.Michelle. Now, how did you come up with "Pillow," Kay?
It was just a day I just went in the studio and just started singing.
I love it. It's really beautiful. Your whole mixtape is. I just dig your music, and you're definitely bringing something that is different when it comes to the R&B side. And I wish you all the best. So, what other things are you do you have in the works besides the EP, the album, and the Love and Hip Hop?
I'm about to open up my first business. I'm working on something else, TV-wise, that I'm starting to work on. So I'm doing a lot of different little things now.
Well, that's what's up, Kay. I thank you so much for coming on the show. Final remarks, any social media sites you want to kick off?
No, I'm on Twitter. I'm not on there as much now. I just think some of the social media can be really negative, and I'm really not for that. But Facebook, I definitely keep them updated though. So if you want to know what's going on, where I'm at, things like that, I just tweet pictures and all that. So.
So, well, hopefully, Kay, I can get a follow, Mr. D Rockstar on Twitter. I would be love a follow from you, and just to keep in touch, because you really are a bright, positive spirit, and I feel like you're what the industry really needs, and what I feel like.
Oh, thank you.
Not a problem. So, thank you again for coming on the show, and just stay in touch. Not a problem.
What up, y'all? It's your girl K.Michelle, and I'm chilling here on The Biz with D. Make sure you check out all his interviews. He always gets the hot, juicy info that you guys need.